We've just had the biggest response ever to a survey in Kingston, the all-in-one survey. And we're now going to be working hard on how we take what people have told us and how we use that to plan the Our Kingston programme and future editions of Destination Kingston.
We received just under 10,000 responses to the survey, which makes it by far the biggest response rate ever received to a council consultation. There's lots and lots of information, interesting information in there. It's published on the website. The administration are using it to shape their policy programme, service managers are using it to plan their services for the year ahead, and it really is an excellent example of residents being at the heart of what we do.
The fundamental thing the council must do is protect the neighbourhoods that are such an important part of our great borough.
The leader's going to be going out and visiting over the February-March period every ward in the borough, which is going to be a huge effort, and hear at first hand what people think.
Our politics is going to have to go even more local than the council has ever before seen. And that means something different. That means creating a new deal with people. We're going to have a conversation with people who live here about what the nature of a council is, what its role is going to be in the future, and what things we're going to expect from local people who live here to help us deliver.
A really strong feature of Kingston is actually how diverse it is, how metropolitan and cosmopolitan it is.
I just like how it's quite diverse as well, and there's a lot of different people from different backgrounds. And
so we have had to evolve and work across communities. We used to deal with race equality, we now deal with the wider equalities issues. Then we work together to ensure that communities have a voice and that they are heard.
It's been an incredibly busy year for IT. We've made a lot of progress on the programme we said we would be delivering this time last year. We've put Wi-Fi out across the Guildhall campus. We've moved everyone onto the Google email service. There's a lot of potential in there which we're really keen to help people explore now. The ability to work together more seamlessly, to work from home, work in a mobile way, use video meetings to make it much easier to get in touch with colleagues. So there's an awful lot still to do, but a lot of progress over the last year. And one of the things which I'm finding particularly exciting is the opportunity through the shared service to work with Sutton so that we can actually share work we're doing together. Kingston can benefit from changes Sutton are working on or have done, and vice versa. So there's a lot of potential in digital services. It's very exciting for us, and I think what's particularly rewarding is seeing the success from how the council comes together, focusing around the customer.
As you know, strategic collaboration is a really important part of our future, and the biggest bit of collaboration we've done is Achieve for Children,
which is a community interest company that's been set up by Richmond and Kingston boroughs, and through AFC we have revolutionised as a council how we are delivering better outcomes for our children that are connected with social services.
There are going to be more young people in the borough, and we're going to have to provide even more schools than we have to date. And we have to find places for those schools, find and bring new teachers to the schools, and make Kingston a greater educational place than it's been in the past.
So rather than us sort of going down the line of you have GCSEs, A-levels, and then you must go to university, that is the path. Actually, what are the alternatives? And for many, apprenticeships actually offer a far more interesting start to their working life.
So culture is really an important part of our life at Kingston, one of our distinctive attributes. It's 7 years since we opened the Rose.
And at the time people had some doubts about whether it was a good idea or not. There was some question as to whether it would really be well used, whether people might not go uptown and use the theatres there instead. 7 years on, the Rose Theatre's just had its most successful Christmas season ever.
And that's now seen as a fundamental part of life in Kingston, something that's really important to us and has changed the feel of Kingston after dark and has changed how Kingston is seen by everybody who visits it.
We are working with an increasingly older population and individuals who are living longer with increasingly ill health, so the demand for our service is increasing.
So we're going to have to do something very special about caring for those older people, about how we provide care services, about what we do about our care homes and the whole structure of elderly care.
more people in the future choosing to live at home and live on their own and live in their own environment. And the idea is to provide services that support to help make that happen.
So one of our jobs is to make sure we help raise the standards of care in care homes and in people's own home with home care.
So our annual review becomes a key point where we as an organisation can ensure that their needs are being met and the quality of care is being provided.
And I've developed joint action plans where we're supporting the homes to improve the quality of care and practice.
One of the main things we need to do when we're working with people in adult social care is always put them in the centre and always do what they're telling us they want and need. One of the great examples of that is the Learning Disability Partnership. It's fantastic. It's people with learning disabilities in their own parliament saying what matters to them.
The Parliament is made up of peer advocates and project workers. Our job is to make sure that people with learning disabilities in Kingston have a voice.
We go into schools and we deliver awareness training to Year 7s, how they should treat people with learning disabilities in the community.
And work with people with learning disability. People are experts in their own lives and we have to constantly listen to them.
Kingston is a unique place. You know that, and you'll expect me to say that. One of the things that makes it unique is that this is one of the only boroughs in London where we have everything available to people. Whether it's the university, the college, the great schools, the river. We've got rolling countryside in the south of Borough and a hard urban centre, a great history and a fantastic culture. This is why I've used this motto, the mind of a city, the heart of a town. Something really important for you to think about as you develop new ideas for the shape of Kingston.
And the challenge for the future is how we can all pull together to turn our ideas into reality. And it's true of both places and organisations that if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. So in Kingston, we're really determined to go forward.